What's going on, guys? Ryan Martello here at the Crypto Fiend Studios, and today we are going to be looking into my top 5 picks for August of 2018. Now, when I compiled this list of different companies, I looked more into the overall development and the announcements and the products that are coming out for these companies, and not necessarily specifically at the price movement. Although across the board for these cryptocurrencies I have chosen, the price movement is very pleasing as well. So, before we jump into things, thank you to everyone who has been subscribing and mashing on that like button, and if you're not subscribed and this video is informative, consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, at the end of this video, leave a comment down below with your top 5 picks for August, as well as your Ethereum address for your chance to win $50 of Ethereum announced in the next video. So to start things off, my first pick for August of 2018 is going to be Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin. Bitcoin has really been doing some interesting things lately, and not necessarily with the price movement, but across the board with the overall social media around Bitcoin. This past month of June and July has really been interesting in the sense of the overall media coverage. Bitcoin has really been getting some positive light across the board when it comes to development, when it comes to adoption, when it comes to ETFs. And the ETF, of course, is the biggest thing revolved around Bitcoin right now. We had about 5 companies that reached out to the SEC to have ETFs for Bitcoin initiated, and currently one has been declined, and that's the Winklevoss Twins exchange. So if we go to the 1-month chart, we can get a better understanding of where this all took place. So right around here is when we really started trending upwards, around $6,300 to $6,400 on July 16th. Ever since then, we saw some exponential growth all the way to a high of around $8,400, and then we did begin to taper off. This is where the Winklevoss ETF did get declined, where we saw this extreme dip but then caught ourselves again. And of course, everyone can predict this could possibly be price manipulation, but again, we're never really going to know. But we're of course looking at the big picture of things. So we are tapering off right now on a little bit of a downtrend, and we are working up right now. But what happened is the Winklevoss ETF did get declined, so that's why we are seeing this downtrend. But you guys have to keep in mind, we still do have 4 other ETFs that are potentially going to be accepted, and there's a high possibility that they will be accepted due to the SEC not really having a real reason to decline these ETFs. So you guys have to keep that in mind, that the Winklevoss ETF was declined mainly due to their exchange and not necessarily Bitcoin itself, so that is a positive thing. Now, the next announcement by the SEC is going to be on September 21st. That's when we will hear from the SEC if they are going to further out the date for their decision, if they need more time or whatever, or if they are going to accept some of the ETFs from these companies. If that happens, of course, we are definitely going to see some exponential price movement in Bitcoin. Of course, there's no determination of where it could go, but most likely up. So that's why Bitcoin is on my list for August, is that we have been seeing some rather impressive price movement the past couple weeks, and I think this will continue throughout the rest of 2018 onto 2019. So my next pick for you guys is going to be Substratum. Yes, Substratum. Substratum has been a company I have always been very passionate about and holds a large position in my portfolio. But Substratum kind of has been on the sidelines lately. Not a lot of people have been paying attention to it, but they have a lot of impressive stuff coming out within the next month. This is one of their weekly recaps from July 26th, so about a week ago, talking about their current products, what they're working on, the development, stuff like that. I'm not going to be going into too much detail, but I highly suggest going over to their YouTube channel and watching their weekly recap videos to get a good understanding of across the board where they are in the development phase and what we could be seeing in the near future. But pretty much they are currently working on, they just released their version 0.0.4 beta for their node, as well as their crypto pay is still in progress. So their crypto pay is pretty much a way where you can purchase you can purchase items and services with cryptocurrencies, very similar to PayPal, kind of like a secondary payment method, kind of what Utrust is doing as well, where you can initiate this kind of pay button into your websites and stuff like that, so you can pay with cryptocurrencies. So that is expected to come out within the next month or so. And then we also have a third product announcement being announced in August, and they do seem to be kind of hyping it up a little bit, and that's not very normal for Substratum. They are a very content company, very respectable and mature, so for them to be kind of hyping something up does get everyone a little bit excited. Now, what's really interesting about Substratum is the price movement. I personally never thought we would see these prices again, but we are seeing them right now on this dip that we're experiencing, currently at 15.7 cents. We'll just say 16 cents to call it safe. 16 cents right now with an all-time high of $3.05, guys. So as you can see from this chart itself, it had its hype and it's had its cooldown, and really what's up next is probably another round of hype in the near future. This current level, you can get a 19 times gain from its all-time high. So right now we're about 19 times down from its all-time high at $3.05, and actually our all-time high is a little higher, $3.13. By the end of 2018, they are expected to have their full product released, if not in Q1 of 2019. When that time does come around, you can definitely expect this cryptocurrency to start getting some momentum again. Again, guys, you want to look into these companies when no one's paying attention to them, when the price is so low that people are scared to jump into them, and Substratum is no exception. So the next one I have for you guys is going to be Elastos. Elastos has been a cryptocurrency, again, a lot of people have not been paying attention to, and those are the ones you want to keep an eye on, the ones that people are kind of not overlooking, stuff like that. So Elastos has been doing a lot of stuff when it comes to their development across the board. The basic summed up version for you guys, because Elastos is a very in-depth project, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. They want to be the aircraft carrier for all dApp platforms. So Elastos wants to run Ethereum, Neo, EOS, all these blockchain startup platforms, dApp platforms, are going to potentially run off of Elastos. So down here, Elastos just recently started their testnet. So their testnet has been launched successfully. That's the main news revolving around Elastos as of right now. We have a couple other things we are going to be looking at in a little bit. But the overall spectrum of Elastos being on this list, again, is the price movement and that they are having progress. They're having that development done. They're doing it in a very timely manner. And another thing that really has me so on board with this project is that a lot of Neo team members are very supportive of Elastos, and that's something you don't see that often. So currently Elastos is at $12.21, with an all-time high of, I believe, around $90, $89.19. That gives us a 7.5 times discount from its all-time high. So again, this is definitely at a rather interesting level, a price we have not seen for Elastos yet. We are at all-time lows for this cryptocurrency because they got released at around $40 to $42. So we are at all-time lows, so that definitely gives us kind of a uneasing sense of wanting to jump into a cryptocurrency that's at all-time lows. But across the board, this is one that I think has really not even got a chance to show what it's capable of when it comes to the price movement and the company across the board. So the next one I have for you guys is going to be vechain. Vechain is a company I feel like a lot of people don't fully understand or appreciate, and they're doing such incredible things. If we go down here, we can get a basic understanding of what they are. Vechain aims to connect blockchain technology to the real world by providing a comprehensive governance structure, a robust economic model, as well as an advanced IoT integration, and pioneers in the real-world applications. So if we go down here, we can see which markets and what spectrums they're really trying to target, and they're really trying to connect everything that's on the internet to the blockchain, which is really kind of mind-boggling, but of course we already have a handful of other companies trying to do that as well. So the four markets that they're trying to target: cold chain logistics, automobiles, healthcare, and luxury and fashion. So with cold chain logistics, they're planning to connect blockchain technology to the Internet of Things. So pretty much anything that's connected to the internet, companies will be able to track the overall data and manage the data of those products. We also have automobiles where you can track the repair history, insurance, registration, and the driver behavior, the whole lifespan of the vehicles. Luxury and fashion, so pretty much companies will be able to track the overall products that they sell and store, stuff like that, where they're selling them to, and as well as monitoring so there's no overstocking and stuff like that. Medical and healthcare, you can use blockchain tech to overall manage the data in medical industries, healthcare industries, stuff like that. So again, they're really trying to target the overall spectrum of the world, every kind of business you can think of, and bring it all into the blockchain. Now the main news revolving around vechain is that they did just release their mainnet back in July, as well as their new byproduct Thor. So my fifth cryptocurrency for August of 2018 is going to be Dent. Dent is a company I've been so supportive of since the very beginning, and for an honest and respectable reason. Dent, if you guys don't know, is targeting the telecommunications market for the second to third world countries. And they're doing this where those countries can easily and seamlessly purchase data for their mobile devices. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking, how is this useful to me in my first world country? Well, to be completely honest with you, Dent is not mainly focusing on first world countries, although they are listed in the United States and I believe the United Kingdom, and you can use them as you please. But Dent is focusing on the countries where they can't easily purchase unlimited data or purchase data at all. They're targeting the countries that have issues with that, and they're doing it in such a respectable manner. I personally follow them on Twitter because that's where they do announce most of their news. And currently, they just released their 19th country. They are currently listed on iOS and Android in 19 countries. Last week, they announced that they are the #1 blockchain product for telco industry, listed in Nicaragua, as well as they just launched in Kenya. So as you guys can see, 19 countries as of right now. They're not messing around. They're getting their product out there around the world, and they've currently sold over 321,000 gigabytes on the Dent platform. That is big stuff, guys. As you can see, the exponential growth over the months is just going upward and upward, and Dent is at such a phenomenal price right now, it kind of blows my mind. If we go over to Dent, you guys can see that Dent is currently at 0.2 of a cent. 0.2. Now, if we go down and look at the chart, we can get a good understanding of where we currently stand with the price movement of Dent. Dent is at 0.2 of a cent right now, with an all-time high of 10.5 cents. To put that into perspective, Dent is at a 52 times discount right now, potentially a 52 times gain in the future to their all-time highs. Now, I don't want you guys just going around with the mentality of finding the cryptocurrencies that have the largest discounts right now, because that's not a good mentality to have. But Dent is that one exception personally for me, where they have their product, they have the development finished, and they're really just getting it out to these countries. So really, Dent is at such a beautiful price right now where people are not paying attention to it, and that's what you guys want to keep an eye on. The companies people are not paying attention to. Now, we're going to be going over to coinmarketcal.com to give you guys a brief overview of some other announcements for all these cryptocurrencies that I may have not mentioned. Currently, for Substratum, they are planning on releasing their product 3 on August 28th. For vechain, they are planning to be listed on the Ledger Nano S in August, so if you guys use the Ledger Nano S, you will be able to store your vechain on there. For Elastos, they are going to be releasing their overall framework for their platform, as well as redesigning their website in August. And then for Dent, they are planning on releasing a brand new Android and iOS app for their Ethereum ecosystem. So those are my 5 picks for August. I chose these picks because these are companies with phenomenal products and development and news coming out for them in August, and they're companies a lot of people are not paying attention to. You have a lot of people paying attention to the companies that are potentially getting listed on Coinbase, and you guys have to keep in mind these are possibilities. It's not a guarantee, and you know there's already going to be so much hype revolving the price movement for these companies like Cardano, Basic Attention Token, Lumen, Zcash, and OX Protocol. So I try to keep my list away from all that simple hype and give you guys a better understanding of why I chose these picks, so I hope I did a good job at that. Let me know down below what your 5 picks for August are, as well as your Ethereum address, because I will be picking one winner in the next video for $50 worth of Ethereum. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed and this video was informative, hit that subscribe button for quality cryptocurrency content in the future, and I will catch you in the next.